Hello and welcome back to the channel for another video. In this video, I want to talk about Titanic Sinclair's latest series of videos. There isn't really a name for them. I am going to call them TED Talks purely due to their content and the length of the videos. First one is about leaving Hollywood. It is appropriately titled Starting from Experience Leaving Hollywood, and it is nearly an hour long. And the most recent one is called Thoughts on Infinity, which is 35 minutes long. Now, these are long form videos. The tags suggest that it's a podcast, although he hasn't said it is. They're just a series of videos where he's just sitting down and talking. So that's why I'm kind of going the TED Talk route. I watched both videos and I want to kind of talk about it a bit briefly, because I know that there's people who will just kind of be like, well, why would I want to watch Titanic Sinclair talk for an hour or even 35 minutes or even a minute, you know? Why would I give that a chance, you know? And he is running ads on the videos, as you'd expect, because he has to make money somehow. If you don't know, I have an ad blocker, so I don't support him monetarily that way, which I think is kind of a concern that people have. People are like, well, why are you supporting this person? Now, if I'm watching their content, then you could technically say I'm supporting them because I'm giving them the view, but they're not getting anything monetarily from ads, and I also don't think there's any harm in hearing someone out. So I gave the first video a chance. I really enjoyed it, if that's the word. It was very interesting to me, shall I say. And so was the second video. And she said that he's going to put them out weekly, so there should be another one next week. There is a chance that because he has put in the description of both videos that there's going to be a new song out in a couple of days. Maybe tomorrow when this comes out. So maybe it's just kind of hype around that song and his album. Maybe. There is also that element. But as far as videos and podcasts go, they're interesting. For example, in Thoughts on Infinity, he spoke a bit about what he shoots his videos on. He has briefly mentioned, or he has mentioned, definitely, Poppy and their project, but he has not mentioned her by name. It's probably not really for legal reasons. I don't see that she could like sue him, but I think that he just doesn't want the drama surrounding mentioning her by name. In Thoughts on Infinity, he spoke about the camera that he used to film the videos, which was interesting, and he spoke about how he found out about the camera. That gives you some insight into how that was done. And in the first video, he spoke about like touring and how he was in places that he never thought he would be. He mentioned Fashion Week, I think. So there's that, you know, there's all these different elements that you haven't really heard about, especially from his perspective. And you haven't heard about them from Poppy really either. He's fully out of character, although he does introduce himself as Titanic Sinclair in the second video. He's completely just, there is no character. It's just him talking to a camera. It's not like a short video that's like commentary on social media or topics or something. I forget off the top of my head what the point of the Poppy and Marzago videos were. They were commentary on something, like something social, I don't know. But yeah, it's nothing like that. It's just, I'd say largely unedited, but there's two camera angles, so it is technically edited, and some of it you can tell is cut out. But generally, it's an interesting insight. It definitely brings something kind of new to the table. Definitely, like, perspective, I suppose. There's nothing that's like throwing shade at anyone, especially not by name. So like you wouldn't go there and expect him to just kind of talk about how bad Poppy was or something like that, you know. It's just not to be expected. At least I highly doubt that that would ever happen. It doesn't seem like that's the point of these videos. He does mention therapy in the first video, which is interesting, and that's where the starting from experience thing comes from. It's basically that his therapist told him that he's starting from experience because he thought after the thing with Poppy ended that he had to start all over again, but she I believe his therapist is a lady. She said that he isn't starting from like the start, he's starting from experience, which is very interesting quote and something that I think I might try and implement in my own life, because you are technically starting from experience. Let's say last year when I lost this channel twice on my second channel, even if I start a whole new channel, today, for example, I'm not technically starting from scratch. I may have 0 subscribers, but I have all the experience of making these videos and the editing and all that. I have that experience to draw from in future endeavors, if that makes sense. I guess the question that I am asking myself is it worth anyone who doesn't like him? Is it worth them watching these videos? Is there any point in them watching these 2 so far videos? I don't know. I know that if you like Titanic Sinclair, for example, or if you're on the fence about it, that these are probably going to be interesting to you. They're definitely not something like, oh, it's such and such's problem, you know. There's no like victim blaming or anything. It really just stays away from that. It's open and it's just talking about life and experiences and all that. But if you're someone who is going into a video like that, let's say you're going into the starting from experience video, you're not going to come out of that suddenly liking Titanic Sinclair if you didn't like him before, because there's nothing that's really kind of like, I'm the good guy, because that's not the point of them. The point of them is to just talk openly about everything and put as much on the table as you can, and then people can kind of draw their own conclusions. And it's up to you if you want to give him a chance. Obviously, there's allegations about him from Mars in the lawsuit and Poppy not in the lawsuit. You won't really find answers to that stuff in these videos. There is talk in the first video of kind of the fallout from the Poppy thing ending and how he felt about that, and just basically how he dealt with that ending. And he talks about like going from just having his head in the headspace of just doing that project all the time to just suddenly not, and how that affected him. But as I said, you won't really find any addressing of allegations, especially not on the lawsuit front. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to make this video because I know that at least one person has asked my thoughts on the first video, and in my Discord, I think the new episode's kind of posted in the general section of the Discord. I have a Discord, by the way, it's in the description if you're interested, we sometimes kind of talk about that. I watch them for perspective. I just am interested in Titanic Sinclair from a artistic standpoint. I don't and never have endorsed his alleged behavior. That just isn't a thing. And same with the things that Poppy has alleged as well. And the reason why I say alleged, and it's why I encourage everyone to say alleged, is because Poppy hasn't gone to the police or anything about it, so hasn't technically been charged. And so if I were to say hypothetically that they were real, which they're alleged, then I could be sued for slander or defamation, hypothetically. And I don't want that, obviously I don't want that. So that's why I do that, if that was a question you had. Hopefully this answered some questions if you had them about my thoughts on the new videos. He does have a song coming out like tomorrow or the next day. I'm never sure on time zones. I mean, I know that like America is a day behind Australia, but I don't know if that like I think it comes out on the 19th, I think. So I don't know if that is like gonna be the 19th here, but at like 3 p.m. or something. I don't know if it's gonna go out at midnight or what the go is. Anyway, thanks for listening to me rambling on a bit. If you did enjoy the video, leave a like. I completely forgot the outro last time. If you are new here, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell if you never want to miss an upload. I shall see you soon for more content. Peace.